Double finger guns.
Hey,
everyone.
Hey,
Welcome
g'day,
back.
everyone. Welcome back. I'm the Dungeon
Whoa,
Master tonight.
Hey,
I've given you the double finger guns already.
back in your box.
Mate, it's on the stream. Oh, no. Rana, you're up. No.
Hey,
Jake.
welcome everybody. We're stuffed.
And back to Jaren. Okay, all right. Back to
All right. Amateurs. G'day everyone, I'm Jay. Welcome to 20s for Days Underbed mini-series, the show where 5 dickheads get together every week and role play and roll virtual dice and just generally embody the murder hobo lifestyle that D&D is so prevalent for. Last week was a ripper of an episode. We had a lot of content to go through. But before we do that, I usually like to get my characters or my player characters to introduce themselves, their characters, who they're playing, etc. And so for this week, I think we'll do it a bit more sort of three things. So who you are, who you're playing, and what their class is, and a fun fact that nobody else really knows about your character yet.
Hang on. What were the three things? Who you are, what your class is. Hang on, I gotta write this down. I gotta think about it.
Yeah, who you are and who you're playing.
Yeah.
What your class is.
Okay, all right.
So whether you're a fighter, rogue, barbarian, etc.
Yeah, boy.
And one fun fact about your character. We'll start it off with Nathan tonight.
God damn it.
Yeah, I agree.
Jake is still sort of...
Yeah. Everyone agrees.
Yeah, I'm going to make Jake go first. All right, Jake, thanks for that.
Excellent. Well done,
Nathan,
mate.
back to you.
All right, so who I am, I'm Nathan, XDM, now just PC. Cool. I am playing the Butcher. His class is, what am I again? I'm a barbarian, I think. And something that no one else knows about my character is that I have a brother called Wode in Billy's room.
There you go.
Writing that down.
Tag team.
Yes, he's my tag team partner.
I was waiting for, I'm not really Irish.
I was waiting for, I'm not really a wrestler. I've never won the belt.
Irish. Definitely a wrestler. Brother's name is Wode, and he is in Billy's room.
Very well. You'll have to private message me later with the description of him for sure. Addy.
I'm Addy. I'm playing Reddy Tuxpan, who is a bard for all intents and purposes. And my secret is that I used to be a wrestler named Wode in Billy's room. No, my thing would be that he's not quite. Reddy is not quite ready to retire as much as everybody thinks he is.
Oh, very well. Rana.
So I'm Rana. I'm playing Theodore Braveheart, teddy bear paladin. My fun fact about him is that unlike the usual fleece, he is made out of minky.
Ooh.
It's a fun fact.
Yeah, didn't have to be relevant. I'll come up with character stuff later. Just had to be a fun fact.
All right. Jake is still off camera at the moment. He's obviously got a bit of domestic stuff going on, so we will probably push on without him. Hopefully, by the time I get through the recap, he'll be back and he can regale us all with his fun fact.
Fun fact, he's actually a real potato.
Mm.
Smelly. Yeah.
Cannon.
Every now and then he shaves and he just shaves off all the little fresh sprouts.
Oh.
Oh man, another pimple.
Yeah. All right. So, right, Underbed Part 2. Last week, Butcher launched into the fray against a strange and terrifying creature that was under the bed, or came from under the bed. Excuse me. The two of them battled from the floor back up onto the top of the bed as this malignant, sloppy fiend just tried to reach Cecilia at the head of the bed. The creature, he had many unusual tricks up his non-existent proverbial sleeve, as it were. And numerous times would segment itself into two halves and then continue fighting from there. And then again, it would segment further from that. So at one stage, we had up to 3 or 4 of these smaller versions of the Fiend just scuttling around on top of the mattress there. Theodore, Braveheart, Reddy, and Chip also joined in the defense of Cecilia, conducting somewhat of a pincer move, and the foe was thankfully vanquished, returning to some sort of primordial ooze as it was destroyed and soaked in through the blankets. Butcher, not one to let things lie, gave a confirmatory little pop on the mattress there, on the blankets where this wet patch was, and promptly woke up Cecilia, who then thought that she'd actually wet the bed.
Okay.
The next morning, Next morning, after the children had gotten up and left the house and the adults have moseyed off to work, etc., the toys took stock of the events of the night before. There were many questions to be had, and no one really quite could figure out what was going on. Teddy and Reddy, meanwhile, were whisked away via unseen magical means to the cave of the Ursidae, where they had to front the Council of the Three Bears and somewhat explain themselves as to why they'd allowed this fiend to be so close to victory the night before, especially considering that Theodore had actually fallen asleep on his watch. Not a very good start for the first night.
No. Shut up.
They
Butcher.
basically laid down the law that, stay vigilant. We cannot be held responsible for what happens to you if you fail again. And basically said that any toy who fails to protect their man cub ultimately is buried with them and has to endure a lifetime of watching that child decompose. With that thrilling knowledge at hand, they then returned to the bedroom, now aware of something called Underbed, which is where presumably these monsters originate from. Butcher, meanwhile, convinced that Ken has something to do with it. Whether or not he does is another issue altogether, but Butcher is just straight up on the dot. Ken, it's fucking Ken. So with Chip, he breaks into the Barbie dream house in searching for some sort of evidence or even something that he could probably plant to put the links together for Ken. He does find Ken's mobile phone or cell phone left in the place. It's actually been abandoned. Like, Ken is nowhere to be found. They find his cell phone. They manage to unlock it with the first attempt, finding his password actually spells boobs. And
Classic.
yeah, and from there they managed to find all these photos on Ken's phone, which implicate a large number of the Playtime Alley girl toys in lewd conduct, shall we say. It's an orgy.
Yeah.
As they leave the abandoned house again, they begin sort of converging as a group again. There's a suction cup dart that actually shoots across from the opposite room, Billy's room, carrying a note. Butcher naturally just wants to fucking not believe it, its message is true or anything like that, even if the second dart comes in and says this is not a trick. Basically, the toys from Billy's room are sending a message to them to ask for a parlay, a means of having a civil discussion without any violence in the hallway. You agree to the terms, and soon enough you find yourselves out in the middle of the hallway, neutral ground as far as both rooms are concerned, and there you meet a large number of army men who are at the command of an action figurine called the Colonel. And the Colonel enters the hallway, leopard crawling the entire way with his real life leopard crawl action, and he basically tells you that the Ninjago attack that happened in episode 1 was actually the act of a rogue Ninjago leader. That it was not sanctioned by him or anyone else in the bedroom, and that the Ninjago leader has been placed under arrest for this misstep, as it were. You ask for the Ninjago leader to be handed over to you guys so you can punish him, but the Colonel is not willing to do that at all. He tries to, or you try to convince him, but he's not having it at all. And then from there, he basically tells you that he's not going to give over this Ninjago leader until at least you guys give back their kid's teddy bear, who is named Bugsy. Bugsy apparently has gone missing, and he's not anywhere else in the house from what they've found, and they believed him to be in your room. You all say that there's no other bear in the room. There's nobody there. Like, what are you talking about? He doesn't believe you as such, and after a fair bit of aggravating talk from Butcher and a lot of diplomatic retorts from Reddy and the rest of the crew, you guys managed to convince him to come into your room and conduct a search, or you allow him to come into the room and conduct a search. From there, the Colonel disappears under the bed after searching the rest of the room, and eventually he comes out from under the bed wielding a severed ear from Bugsy, the toy rabbit that was Billy's protector. At first, he's a little accusational towards you, but you manage to calm him down, and you basically work out or bargain a truce, or somewhat shaky truce, where one person was allowed to come into your room, so therefore another person or one person can go into Billy's room to conduct a bit of a search for clues, as it were, to find out why exactly Billy's toy was in your room and why it was under your bed. And the decision was made that Theodore Braveheart would be the one to travel to Billy's room.
The one with approximately 26 hours of memories and life experience shall be the one to conduct a criminal investigation. No way this can go wrong.
because of his relative newborn status amongst the other toys, is therefore the most trustworthy out of the crew that we have in the girl's room.
And also has a
Especially
backpack full of chip.
Yes, and so in a means of providing intel back to the remainder of the crew who are remaining in the room, Chip offered up his spare eyes and ears, and for some reason a mouth, which was probably taped shut.
Because it wouldn't shut up.
Because it wouldn't shut up. We're probably put into Theodore's backpack so that they could relay the messages back to Reddy and Butcher. And that is where we left it, with Theodore Braveheart, the plucky little paladin, trotting off across the hallway and into the enemy territory, as it were, into Billy's bedroom, escorted by the Colonel action figurine, and the door closing slowly behind a la the Godfather.
I do recall somebody going, "Well, he's dead."
Oh,
yes, that was
me.
Butcher.
Yes, that was absolutely me.
I wasn't naming names.
I have full faith in Theodore.
I absolutely do not. He's fucked.
Nah, he'll be okay. He'll be fine.
And just to...
You're losing your mind, old man. He's fucked. He's gone into Billy's room alone.
Yeah, he's not alone. He's got chips. Or chip. I should say. Billy.
And
Brother.
Just to remind you guys as well, there was a code word or a panic word given to Theodore, which was boobs.
Oh, that's right.
I do remember
So
that.
all he had to do was shout boobs, and you guys would come to the rescue. However,
Theoretically. Did Chip
as I recall
extend
from
his
my
ears?
notes, he did. He
Yeah,
said
good.
his ears, his eyes, and his mouth.
Yeah.
However, I do recall from my notes last week that Theodore didn't say boobs, said boots. So there
Oops.
may be some issues there. Anyway, are we all ready to find out what happened to Bugsy, if the monsters will return, and whether or not Butcher will send those nudes he found to me?
Oi,
Yes,
I'm ready.
yes, no.
Only time will tell. All right, let's crack into episode 3 of Underbed. So, Theodore, you are now
Yes.
standing with your back against the door of Billy's room. You see before you a similarly laid out bedroom, as you know from your own house.
Yep.
But this room has an entirely different vibe. So where Cecilia's room is very soft and lots of pastels and pinks and all that sort of stuff, Billy's room is a lot more harsh and
Violent.
lacking any sort of the comfort features that you are used to in Cecilia's bedroom. So you look upon the walls, there are posters tacked in against the wall, with each one glorifying some action hero or some action figurine, muscle-bound people with, large weaponry and all that sort of stuff festooning their entire body. There's camouflage netting hanging from the roof, which
Oh,
sort of
that's cool.
casts these cobweb-like shadows across the bedroom floor and over all the furniture. You can see through the window, which sits relatively in the same sort of position but opposite to your bedroom. So it's got the same sort of bay window with the shelving underneath it, etc. It's just somewhat reversed. And that one actually looks out over what appears to be the driveway, the neighbour's front yard, as it were, or side yard. Yep. So you see row upon row upon row of toy soldiers, assault vehicles, all sorts of like modeling terrain and stuff like that. Couple of Warhammer 40k maps and all that sort of stuff just laying out across the ground, etc. It's a stereotypical boys.
Does he have a remote control car?
There is a remote control car. It is, well, I wouldn't exactly call it a car. You do see across the way towards the bed, there is a remote control tank sitting there with its little, lights on, etc., and the barrel pointing under the bed. Next to it is a number of other vehicles from other, intellectual properties, which I won't name for legal purposes, but let's just say they are Halo and Star Wars adjacent.
They are Halo and starfighting.
Sure.
Pew 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 pew.
So from here, the Colonel is leading you past all these lines of troops, and they all just are snapping to attention, throwing the boxer, and returning to their duties, etc. As he walks you past. Yep,
Teddy's eyes are like glossing over, looking at the toy cars and tanks, and he's like.
Yeah.
Also, any of the action figure posters on the wall new?
For the most part,
come out the same
most part,
season
they're
as
old.
Teddy?
No. So the majority of those action figures are like last season or a couple of seasons prior. Like they're not new material, new IPs.
Yeah.
You know, they've been around for a while. You see like one of the young squaddies who is sort of like shuffling along. You know, he looks to be like a fresh recruit almost. You see him sort of shuffling along, his helmet's sort of askew on him and that sort of stuff. His webbing slopping around on his chest, etc. And he sort of like stares at you as he's sort of trotting past and that, and then he almost trips and, you know, picks up his feet again, runs off. You know, there's a troop sergeant there who's just like giving him a belt across the back of the head. Pay attention, damn it!
I believe in you.
He looks back and he's like, oh, thank you. Troop sergeant bops him across the head again. He's like, quit your yammering, boy. Got work to do. So from there, the colonel continues to lead you in through the bedroom there and passes by the boy's desk, which is a rather old-looking, you know, it looks like some almost like teeth marks in the leg from some sort of giant animal that you're not aware of. And there's stickers and, you know, little graffitis and all that sort of stuff all over it. You do see as you look up towards the top of this desk, you see underneath it there's this massive big gob of just like used chewing gum, and it's like just spread out all gross. You see atop the table there are a number of figures standing above it, or standing on top of it. There are a number of military-like action figures, like guards, a mix of, you know, like Master Chief figurines and caster Meef figurines and so on.
I don't think we're going to get sued. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Come on, it's funny.
And stormtroopers and shit like that, guarding someone who is put into the stocks, as it were. But it's not a very fashionable stock like what you would expect. It is 2 paddle pop sticks with a whole bunch of rubber bands around each end. And he's just sort of there with his head in his hands through this stock, and he's sort of kneeling down.
Is he a Lego?
He is a Lego Ninjago figurine.
I kind of like lean to the colonel as we walk past and say, couldn't he just pop his head and arms off? I mean, he's Lego.
No, unless he wants to die.
I thought they could pop them on and off again. Don't kids do that?
They could pop your head off. What would that do to you?
I'm not a connector-disconnector toy. I thought that was their thing.
Hang on a second.
Could have muted it, but no, that's fine.
No, that was funnier.
And we're back.
Yeah, you got a mute button, buddy. That's right.
No, it was funnier that way.
Anyway, so yeah, you see this Ninjago guy. He's hanging up on there on the stocks and stuff. There's a couple of big stocky action figures standing next to him, just sort of like, and you see a number of other Ninjagos just sort of hanging around in little groups, like looking over their shoulders and stuff like that. And there's one, there's a green Ninjago figurine sort of kneeling down and sort of giving this Ninjago leader, who's yellow, by the way, he is giving him like the drink from like a little bowl of milk or something like that. The colonel sees you eyeing this guy off, and he says to you, I told you, the Ninjago leader is being punished. He holds a lot of sway amongst the Oriental toys, but after a week in the stocks, he should remember his place.
Yeah, just again, still wondering because the boxes, they have the heads come off and come back on, and the hair comes off and comes back on. And how am I doing this when I don't have fingers?
Yeah, I don't really know what that gesture means. Look, all I know about the Legos is that they're damn good fighters, and you know they need a little encouragement sometimes to do the right thing and to follow orders.
Okay. Well, so where did Bugsy live, and where are the places that he usually goes? Well, when? Like,
So
like
Bugsy
a path
obviously
or a
used
routine.
to he points up to the bed there. He goes, well, obviously Bugsy used to sleep there, up on
Yeah.
the bed next to the boy, and when he wasn't there, usually he would just sort of patrol around the room. You know, he used to hang out with a few of the guys over by the shelf there. But most of the time, really, he was somewhat of a solitary character, if you ask me. He spent most of his time in his house, you know, up there in the drawers.
Yeah. Did you guys look under the mattress, by the way? Like, between the mattress and the bed?
Under the mattress?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sergeant! He calls over one of the guys. Yes, sir. Tell me, when you guys conducted a search for Bugsy post his vanishing, did you conduct a thorough search of the entire room? Yes, sir. Of course we did, sir. Okay. Well, did you check under the mattress? Yes, sir. We checked all along the bed frame there, and we even sent patrols through under the bed. No. Not under the bed frame, like under the mattress, like between the slats and the mattress. I'll have to check with my boys, sir. I'm not too sure. Off you go, then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, runs off. I'll have that answer for you shortly.
No worries. I just and like Theodore kind of gets this look, and he's like, I don't know where I know it from, but kids would hide money under there, like their allowance, so that their siblings wouldn't, take it out of the piggy bank. So maybe Bugsy could have hidden something.
No, Billy doesn't get any money. He's not the nicest of boys sometimes, and his parents, well, they don't really reward that kind of behavior.
I mean, not talking about Billy, not talking about my kid. Just, I don't know. I've never seen another kid, but I'm certain that's what happens sometimes.
Well, that's a strange piece of knowledge to have for not really knowing any kids apart from the little girl.
Hey.
I know, and it's freaking me out, sir. Anyway, do you...
Fine. Well, Sergeant, Sergeant, yes, runs up. Yes, sir. Well, yeah, no, sir. We did not do that, sir. He looks down and he's like pinching his little
placky nose.
Yeah. Get together a platoon. I want that under mattress area checked thoroughly. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. He runs off. As he runs off, you see him round up a whole bunch of guys. You see a lot of like pointing and stuff like that. And they're all just like, and then they all scurry off past the tank. And you watch them all go.
Organized.
Well, you have to be around here, you know.
It's like watching a Mexican wave.
Without discipline, we're no better than the apes. That's what I always say. So I see you like the look of our tanks there, our fighting vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. I think I remember
many of
seeing
them
one in the
girlfriend, do you?
No, but I remember seeing one in the store.
Yeah, he's almost proud of the fact that he's got command of these things, like, and he's almost like he's somewhat showboating a little bit.
Just enough.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's right. We got the tanks, we got the big heavy artillery here. It's pretty cool stuff, isn't it?
How fast do they go? Do you guys have races with them?
No, of course not. That would be irresponsible. What happens if a piece of equipment goes down while we're lollygagging around? We need that equipment for security.
Well, it's a good way of testing, your turning corners and your maneuverability.
Yeah, we got manuals for all that. It tells us all the tabulated data we need. It's great.
Do you think we could drive one?
I know. I used to be able to drive one. I was qualified. Yes. You, however, you have not trained at the tank school. nor have you trained on any school as far as I'm aware. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to deny that request, little one.
That's all good, sir. So, how about we go check out Bugsy's room?
Very well. This way. And he
And,
sort of
like,
leads you towards. So you
as we
crawl
go past
sort of
the
past
tanks.
the bed. Yeah, and you just see the tanks like turn their turrets and stuff like that, and you touch one of them. The tank commander's just sitting up there with his binoculars and stuff, and he just sort of spies you. Like,
I like your tank.
I like it too. What's your name?
I'm Theodore. I want a tank.
Hello, Theodore. Mind taking a few steps back there, son?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good kid. I don't know, some fucking teddy bear. Like into his headset.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, Christ.
the colonel leads you past the desk. He's crawling along, and turns and looks at you, and points to this small little bedside table drawer system. I don't know what they're called, really. I don't work at IKEA. So he goes. He points up to the top drawer. He's like, "Up there. That's where Bugsy lived, in the drawer."
Okay. Thank you, Captain. I just climb on
No
up.
worries. Okay. What? What'd you just call me?
Come on,
I
man.
think
I've only
so.
been alive for like 26 hours.
Lucky you're not in this room, kiddo, or I'd have you court-martialed.
What's a court martial?
He whistles this shrill tune through his thumb and forefinger, and these two strongmen toys just vault down and just land either side of the drawer, or of the drawer system.
Eyeball
they
them
stand
and
there, the leopard print bloody mankini things and their big handlebar mustaches.
I eyeball
Nice.
them and their perfect plastic muscles, and I look at my own squishy little belly. And then I like pat it, and then I'm like, ooh, soft.
One of them's like, the colonel gives him a nod, and they're like, they reach up, they grab the handle of the drawer, and they're like, and they drag the drawer open, and then one of them grabs you by the scruff of the neck and the belt on your pants or whatever, and he's
Tail.
just gonna launch you. And he just yeets you up and over. Yeah. And you land with a soft little in a pile of like jocks and loose socks. Yep. The colonel soon follows you over the lip of this drawer and crumbles into the drawer with you.
Did he get yeeted too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He can't climb.
You can...
Carney,
Addy, you're
you
muted.
It's not as funny the second time round. I said he could do a hell of a cartwheel, though.
You're right, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
All right. So from here, we're actually going to cut scene and move back into Cecilia's room. So Butcher and Reddy and Chip, who is still not here. You guys are sitting at the bar in Playtime Alley. So it's this ramshackle sort of building, right? There's tables and chairs and whatnot. Butcher, you've obviously set up your little plastic foldable chair that you're just hanging out on, just playing along, just swinging your microphone loosely. Just a bartender comes up. He's this little Duplo-looking fellow. comes up and hands you both little tiny cups of milk. You take them back like shots. Hey, easy there, Mr. Tuckspin. Well, don't want to have to cut you off like last time.
Just leave the bottle.
You better leave the
okay.
bottle.
Okay, sir. Okay. He
At
leaves
least
the
you're a
bottle
big
and,
bear.
moves back off. He's dealing with a whole bunch of other customers. There's a whole ragtag group of people in this bar. There's people playing little card games like Uno and stuff like that. And, you hear every now and again, you'll hear someone, boom, reverse it, bitch. Yeah.
Jesus.
Anytime somebody yells, I just sort of like lean over and give them a look.
Yeah. And then they shut up. They're like, oh, sorry, Reddy. Sorry, Butcher.
Fuck it will be if you don't fucking keep
Hey.
it down.
Is Reddy playing like jukebox music?
No, just
Hey.
he's a little anxious. He's a little nervous, so he's just.
Any eyes on Ken?
No eyes on Ken.
Ooh. All right, let's do some investigationing, I think.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
I would love to do exactly that for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to.
You're not even in Roll20, are you?
Oh, I am. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. Oh, that's a solid 9.
Yeah, mine's not going to be much better.
Oh, he's done it!
Oh, it's a natural 20! All right, so Butcher, you are too busy just staring at the milk rings in this glass here as you sort of drinking it all down and stuff. Reddy, however, you are casting your eyes around the room, just like looking things over, and you're listening to Chip as he sort of relays the information that he's seeing/hearing from the room across the way there. You're deep in thought as you do this, but then you notice out of sort of almost the corner of your eye, even you see this darkly clad figure standing sort of in the doorway there or in a window,
Is it Ken?
and he walks over to the window there. He pops his head in. He has a look around, and then he sees you guys there, and he's like, "Oh!" And then he sort of moves off. A couple of seconds pass, and he comes back to the window, has a look in,
When I see him the second time,
points. He points over at your table there, and he's like,
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I get Butch and Chip, and we head out. Like
Okay.
he's outside.
He's outside. Yep.
Yeah. I just sort of grab Butch and Chip, and we just head out.
Okay. So you guys head out into the alley, and still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I pulled my call
Ah,
out.
did you?
accidentally. Yeah. So you guys, you follow him outside into the alley, and he leads you down around the back side of the alley there, where there's like not really much else around. So you've gone past all the little shops and other bits and pieces. You
Yep.
see the bits box and all that sort of stuff, and the surgery, etc. And you're around
and
behind.
does the shape look familiar at all, or?
No, he's wearing sort of almost like a dark cloak and a
Yep.
big hat. You
Yep.
can't quite tell who it is just yet.
Yep.
But he gets around the back of this building there, and once you guys make your way around there, and he looks around a bit, and he tilts his head up, and you can see under the brim of this massive hat is the Hamburglar. Oh, g'day, Mr. Tuckspin. G'day, Butcher. Chip, me old friend. Hey, how you going? Hey, no need to be like that, Mr. Tuxpin. Come on, mate. When have I ever steered you wrong, eh? When have I ever, wronged you? I've been good to you. I've been very good to you, Butcher. Yeah, and Chip. Oh, mate, we go back so far.
Better keep being good then.
Oh, I'm good.
Hamburglar.
I'm real good. I'm good. I'm very good.
What have you got?
Oh, I've got a real special one for you today. Ready? Got a real special one. So last night I snuck into Billy's room. Lots of activity going on over there. Let me say that, but
Hold
it's
on.
all pretty concentrated under the bed, if you know what I mean.
Have a look around. Is there anybody in the hallway or the alleyway that we're in? Not just quickly look, make sure there's nobody
No,
else.
the coast is clear.
All right, I put on some loud music as background noise to distract any eavesdroppers, and we get a bit closer.
Yeah, come on in, chum. Come on in. Yeah. And he sort of drapes an arm over you. It's like, yeah,
Touch
mate.
me
Yeah.
again, and you'll lose
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, good call, mate. Yeah, good call. No touchies. Yeah. No touchies. Yeah. So, are you keen? Are you interested there, Mr. Reddy?
What do you know?
Oh, I know lots of things, Mr. Reddy. I know lots.
Well,
Just depends on how much you're willing to pay for the information, How much you're willing to pay.
well, this was going to go somewhere else, and I lean into me. I open up my bum bag where I've got my Walkman, and I
Yeah, he's like leaning over and looking directly down into it as well. What's up?
personal space
Oh
hamburger.
yeah, personal space. Yeah, no. You're right, mate. You're right. Yeah, no.
I pull out the baggie I had for Ken of sugar.
Oh,
Zip it up.
Mr. Tuxpin. I knew you were holding out on me, big boy. I knew you were holding out. Yeah.
Calm your roll, hamburglar.
No.
What'd you see?
Oh, I saw lots of stuff there. I saw lots of stuff. They got a lot of soldiers, a lot of army men. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
Far more than normal.
No. Less even. Less, yeah. They had some bloke up in the paddle pops.
A Lego.
The stocks, mate. Stocks.
Ninjago.
I don't know. Some weird looking fellow with, squarish sort of mask, yellow arms and shit. Real spindly looking fellow. Didn't like him. Didn't like him at all. Wasn't a good talker.
Good. What else did you see?
Oh, it's not so much what I saw there, mate. Not so much what I saw. It's what I got away with. Hey?
Interesting.
He reaches in behind his little Hamburglar cape there and he pulls out this little duffel bag and he opens it up. He's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you don't want it.
Depends what it
Maybe,
is.
well, I mean, I certainly had to risk life and limb to get it for you. You're my best customers after all.
So you're saying that I don't look after you? Is that what you're saying, Hamburglar?
No. I wasn't saying that, Mr. Tuxpin. I wasn't saying that at all.
Don't ever mistake my generosity for not being friendly. Show us what's in the duffel bag.
I feel like you owe me a bit more though than just that one bag. That one bag's good for the knowledge, yeah, but But these items are worth lots more, Mr. Tuxpan.
Hamburglar.
Oh, come on,
Show
mate.
me.
Come on, mate.
Eyes on the prize here. Let me see what it is.
All right. I'll show you. But you have to promise me something there. I hear Ken and Barbie split up.
Perhaps. It's only been a day.
Yeah. But she's on the market, yeah?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
She's a free woman.
Ah, come on, mate. You got sway, haven't you? Hey, you got a bit of swagger about you. You got a bit of dare I say it, power over the ladies, wouldn't you say?
I can make suggestions.
Yeah, but they'll listen to you, Mr. Tuxpan. They'll listen to you.
Would you like
Sure.
to meet her, Hamburglers? Is that what you're saying?
I'd like to do a lot more than meet her, Mr. Tuxpan, let me tell you.
Don't also be disrespectful to Barbie.
No. I'm not being disrespectful, mate. Not being disrespectful at all, Mr. Tuxpan.
Hey,
No. No. Hamburglar loves the ladies, Mr. Tuxpan. I love the ladies.
What happened to Ken's knees, Butcher? Silence is always a very intimidating factor.
Yes, exactly. I was miming it.
Very intimidating.
Yeah.
Very intimidating. That silence is just like, what? Oh shit!
I set him into the twilight zone with my silence. My lips are moving. All right. So what I did was I snapped his legs in such a way that his knees bent forwards.
Oh, good God. Oh, there's no need for that now. There's no need for that. Come on, mate. We're all friends here, eh, Butchie? Huh? We're all friends.
Now, Hamburglar, we're not fucking friends, all right? You're a fucking weirdo. We're here for.
How could you say that, mate? How
We're
could you
here-
say that after all the good nights we've had?
Mate,
All the good nights in the alley.
telling you, Reddy, I'm almost about done with him. I'm about to snap his fucking knees.
You better show
No.
us what's in the bag, Hamburglar.
All right. He opens up the bag. He opens up the bag, and he pulls out from the bag just a bunch of this different stuff. Okay, to start off with, he goes, "Oh, yes, I got this one for you. This one's definitely for you, Mr. Tuxpan. Oh, this one, you'll love this one, mate. Yeah, this is right up your alley." And he's holding.
I like him.
holding.
Hate
Yeah,
him, but I
cool.
like him.
He's holding a ukulele.
Ooh. Don't mind the uke.
Is this some sort of joke, Hamburglar?
No, mate, no. I know you're a man for the tunes.
I don't
eh?
have
I know
fucking
you like a bit of
fingers.
music. Oh, come on, mate. Don't be like that. Don't be like that, Bruss. Come on. Look, I've even no, mate. No, mate. No. Hey, this is no ordinary ukulele, yeah? Have a look at the back of it. What does it say on the back?
Have a look.
Hey? Yep. And it is like a it's like made in Britain.
Different.
Yeah, mate. Not your usual crap.
No,
Not
give
your
it
usual crap.
give it a knock with my Lego.
Yeah, buddy.
I know he's
Yeah,
gone.
buddy. Told you, didn't I? I told you you'd be right up your alley. So he then takes out another item from the sack. Right. So this one here, this one took me a fair bit of trouble to get this one. They don't leave these things lying around, you see. And he holds up a set of like Warhammer 40k Space Marine armor. It's basically just the shoulder pads from the blister pack. So he holds them up. He's like, now these, oh, buddy, you know how hard these are to get, yeah?
I just shake
Oh,
my
I know
head
how
at him.
hard they are to get. You fucking stole a shit out of Billy's room. How'd you get in there?
Oh, I got my ways, I got my ways.
What's
Ask
your way?
Chip, he knows, Chip knows all about it.
I
Just
would,
throw
but
a
he's
side
fucking
glance.
here.
From there,
Oops, wrong one.
he then pulls out another item, and it's a set of Hulk hands.
Nice.
And he puts them on there, and yeah, mate, these are my favourites. Hey, I love these ones. I'd take these ones home if I could, hey. And he's like bashed them together. Hulk smash. Yeah.
You see,
Love 'em.
Hamburglar. Alright, fucking calm down. Alright?
Oh, mate, they're just there. They came with batteries and everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The first thing you said was you'd take him home if you could. You've got them in your possession already.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to swindle? You gotta think
I'm not
about
trying
these
to
things.
swindle anyone, mate. I'm just trying to make a good deal, eh? Make a sale, make a good deal. Bring some sugar home to the missus.
Now, that's the second thing. You obviously don't have a missus because you're in the market for Barbie.
Yeah. You gotta have the sugar before you can get the ladies. First you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the Barbies.
Hypothetical situation. If you were to enter some sort of relationship with Barbie, and we happen to hear that you're on the sugar, have you seen Ken lately, Butcher?
The last time I saw Ken, he was trying to crawl up some stairs with broken knees.
Seen him since?
I have not.
Have you seen Ken Hamburglar?
Have I seen Ken?
So what do you think would happen if you were on the sugar and Barbie told us?
Oh, she wouldn't do that. She's a good girl. Barbie's a good girl.
I'll be honest, Hamburglar.
Yeah, mate.
You are creeping me the fuck out. And I'm
Thank you,
I'm pretty keen to turn around and walk out this alleyway.
Oh, no,
Let Butcher do whatever Butcher does.
He reaches out and takes his paw in his hand. No, please.
Touch
I
me.
got one more thing. I'm sorry. I got one more thing in my sack. Hey, let me empty my sack for you, mate.
You disgust me.
Come on, mate. It's one more thing. Come on, you're gonna love it. This one you'll need. This one you'll want. Yeah, this one you.
Give us the gander.
Right, so he pulls out from a small hobby kit, and it's like a little tiny pot of paint and a couple of little bits of glue and a bit of green stuff, like modeling green stuff. Now, mechanical wise, so the items that he has presented to you were the ukulele made in Britain.
Yeah.
So if you wish to take any of these items, so the ukulele, it takes a full action to prep, to sort of tune it up. But then once you do that, then it's a +3 to hit, and it does 2d6 damage. Right, and you're just shredding these mad riffs. But after each use of the ukulele, you have to roll to see if it breaks. Okay. So, for example, the first time you use it, you have to roll above a 1.
Yep.
So obviously above the natty 1. And from there, each time you use it, it will go up the amount that you have to roll it, like by 1. So the next time you use it, you have to roll above a 2.
Yep.
So
That's
on
cool.
and so forth.
On a D20.
So obviously on a D20, yep, that's correct. So the Space Marine armor will give +1 AC for whoever wears it. The Hulk hands, the person who uses the Hulk hands, their strength number becomes 19, unless of course their strength is already 19, in which case they do nothing apart from just sound cool. And the hobby kit that he's offering is essentially like a healing potion. So you'll get 2d4 plus 2 health points back when you use it.
Yep.
And that's only good for 1.
I would like to
For one.
confer my friend here.
There is one more item though. He's sort of like.
Okay. I'll wait for the item. Last item.
Okay. The last item he pulls out.
I don't know what the deal is that's happening though, so I'm sort of just winging it.
Yeah. It's just for a bag of sugar.
Oh, okay.
So the last item he pulls out from under his little cape there, he's like, "Yeah, this one I didn't exactly get from Billy's room, but yeah, I need to get rid of it anyway. So you guys can have it. This one on the house." And he gives you 101 awesome jokes. It's a small little paperback book. And if you read out one of the jokes from within, you will deal 1d4 of psychic damage to anyone within 15 feet who fails a saving throw of DC 10.
Cool.
All right.
I'll take that book. Not sure where I'll put it yet. That goes in the bum bag.
So,
Oh, fuck.
so what do you think, Mr. Tuxpin? Hey, what do you think? Do you want any of this stuff?
I think you need to just stand back over there for a minute.
Yeah, no. Sure. He goes to reach for the bag and pull it back a bit.
Just stand there.
Yeah, I'm standing, man. I'm standing, holding the bag. Nothing to go on.
All right, ready? I could really do with those fists, I tell you.
I know, right?
I am absolutely garbage at the moment. But if I had those fists, I could actually do something. And what was the other one? There was fists.
The armor pad, the fist,
the armor pads.
Paint,
Just give me
and the guitar.
I'm not too interested in the guitar. I mean, I'll take the guitar, and I'll fucking wail on someone with it. But the fists and the armor pads, they interest me because I am fucking useless at the moment. Ever since I had all my good stuff taken from me in my escape from Billy's room.
Oh, considering you're as strong as I am. But at least you're not a garbage piece of plastic like a hamburglar that we know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, you're all good, mate. You're all good. It's no skin off my nose.
If you can hear me, I think that means you're standing too close.
Oh, no, I just got really good hearing, mate. Really good hearing. Look, under this hat, it's just all ears,
What a wanker.
Alright. So, for the... Let's grab those fists and those shoulder pads.
Alright.
So you want them?
I grabbed the fists and the shoulder pads off you.
Oh, you won't be dissatisfied with those, mate. You won't be dissatisfied. Yeah, you'll love them.
I hope so. I better.
Tell you what, let's grab all of them. I'll give you the sugar,
Oh,
and I'll go have a word with Barbie.
oh, you're a fucking gentleman, you are, Mr. Duxman. Such a gentleman. He's like grabbing your paw. He's like shaking it vigorously. Oh, he's such a good bloke. Such a good
Touch me
bloke.
again, and
Hey.
you'll lose both your hands.
What are you talking about, mate? No. We're just sealing the deal. We're just sealing the deal. It's all good, bro.
Oh, you're down there with Ken, I tell you. But
Ken don't put out like I do.
let me make it very, very clear.
Yeah, mate.
Barbie's choice. She does whatever she wants. If she says no, that's on you.
Of course, Mr. Tuxman, of course. Hamburger is nothing but respectful to women.
Good. Because we don't tolerate that around here. You know
Yeah,
this.
no, I've heard. Yeah, but knees bent backwards. Yep, no. Got it.
Good. Because Ken's knees can be put back into place. Yours can't.
Yes,
Remember
yours.
that. Remember
What do you
that.
mean? What do you mean?
Just saying, not all toys can be repaired. But you have been very good, Hamburglar. Very good.
I have. Tuxman, I've been very good to you. I hope you remember that.
I do. I chuck in the bag now. Fuck off.
Oh, gentleman and a squire, you are, gentleman and a squire.
We just
He
grab
grabs the
it and
sugar
start walking.
grabs that big fucking handful. He's just like, ah!
Disgust me,
And he
you
runs
piece of
off.
shit.
All right, and cut scene back to Billy's room.
Oh, that's so good.
So you are standing in the drawer of Billy's protector, so the house, as it were. Excuse me. The drawer stretches on like a long corridor before you. There's light in the room coming in, but it's fading the further and further in you walk in this drawer. You're passing by soiled socks and crumpled jocks as you move deeper into this place. The colonel is coming alongside you there. It's at the back, and he pulls out of his webbing. He cracks a little glow stick, one of the ones left over from when you gifted them to him earlier. And he's holding it out in front of him. The green glow of this Siloam stick is shedding some light before you, and you see an empty space at the end of the drawer. This barren little hollow amongst the scattered clothing and the rubbish of Billy the Kid.
Mm.
Not much for possessions. Bugsy was a stoic individual, monastic even.
I see. There's not a lot here besides a strong smell.
Yeah, that's the boy. You know, boys will be boys.
Boys and their toys. Anywho, we're looking for the Bugsy. And I just start like scruffling around and kind of like using my sword to lift up a pair of jocks and just kind of having a look through.
So you're wading your way around through this place, and you're scanning the empty space, etc. The colonel's like, I told you already, we looked here for him. You know, my men reported they found nothing that could tell us what happened to him.
I pause for a minute and I kind of like reach around and I undo this little zip in my back, pull out this little gummy worm, give it a rattle until it starts glowing up again.
Yep.
And I start,
You can now see a lot clearer. You can see a lot clearer.
And I repeat my investigation a lot, like very methodically, going pile by pile, line by line.
Can you give me an investigation check, please?
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Because little Theodore isn't the...
None of us are.
Oh, your glowworm just goes out completely.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Aw.
The colonel's like, maybe we should go. There's nothing here. But as he says that, he's sort of like turning and stuff like that. And wait, do you see that?
And
And as you look,
all over.
as you look into the corner of the drawer, you see a tiny little off-colored square of the wood laminate.
I'm just gonna touch it.
Yep. It's very small. And with the light of the green fluorescent held beside you now, with the kernel, you can identify this laminate has begun to peel back
Gonna
from the corner.
peel it open
You gonna pull it?
gently.
Okay, you pull on the small tab of laminate, and it reveals a hollow section below the drawer.
Do you mind? Just for a second, sir? The light?
What? Oh, you want? Yeah, sure.
Just
sure.
just
He
so we
hands it
can...
to
And I'll, peek into that little section there.
you. Okay. So you find amongst the hollow in the floor, there is a small notepad and a crayon.
I'm gonna pick them up and flip them open and have a read, and I presume that's what you've pinged me on.
Yes.
Yeah. So Theodore sits down and he holds up the light and he starts reading.
If you would like to read these aloud so that everyone could hear.
Yeah.
'Cause
Day
noting that Chip is listening.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was gonna read aloud for Chip anyway because that was
Day one.
critical, just in case I did not. In case this did not work well for poor Theodore. Day one, arrived in the room, placed in charge of a child named Billy. Seems nice. Council of Silvilagus swore me in as his protector. Don't know exactly what I am protecting him from. He's much bigger than I am. Day 5. Billy seems to have trouble holding water at night. I keep getting soaked through with something foul and tossed into some great contraption that blasts me with water. I do not like it. Day 365. 1 year in, and I still don't know what I'm doing here. Billy is nice to me, but he's rough with the other toys. Day 410. Billy lost a tooth today at school. I was not there to see it, but he was very excited to show me when he came home. He's placed it under his pillow for some reason. Do all man kittens do this? Is it part of a collection? Night. Tonight, I saw something I cannot truly believe. It was after the midnight hour and I was on watch as always. I heard something under the bed. Curious, I went beneath to see what it was. A small grey, bug-like thing flew out at me and barged me aside. It was a horrid-looking thing, all teeth and wicked grins. It flew above to the mattress and I heard a horrible chewing sound. I rushed to Billy's aid, but when I finally reached the top of the bed, the insect was gnawing on the boy's lost tooth. Like a rat with a piece of cheese gripped in its tiny hands. He looked at me and it grinned and it popped a tooth in its mouth as if it were a bit of popcorn, and then it vanished in a flutter of tattered wings back beneath the bed.
Gross.
Yeah, Teddy is like...
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you can...
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, so you vomit.
Cotton fluff.
Yeah, you vomit up cotton fluff.
Oh, gosh. And yeah, all of his minky fur is like standing on end.
Yeah.
Day 411. I can find no trace of the creature from last night. It is as if it just materialized out of thin air. Day 470. Today I met another man kitten. This one apparently is Billy's sibling. She is very cute, but I don't like the way she looks at the toys. There is a deep longing that unsettles me. I shall watch out for her in the future. I don't think she can be trusted. Day 489. Another tooth fairy last night. This one gave less of a grin to me as it barged into the room from beneath the bed as the last one. It was more of a snarl, angry and spiteful, as if I was being a nuisance. Day 490. The little girl was in the room again. She began to play with the soldiers, but not as Billy does. She sat them all down and started talking to them. Strange kitten, that one. She does not fight with them, didn't shoot their guns, didn't even acknowledge their real names. She kept calling the colonel Amri Man, or Amri Boss, and shoving cups of tea down his throat. Colonel says it was like torture, but he had no answers to her questions. Strange kitten indeed. Day 525. And like, I'm going, jeepers, this is going to be a long run. One of the soldiers went missing last night. I didn't hear anything from him.
You're just skimming through these, and these are the dates that you sort of highlight.
But yeah, like little Theodore's thinking, oh my god, I'm going to be working for so long.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I didn't hear anything from my place amongst the sheets. He was on patrol by the bottom of the bed, apparently. I decided to put a sentry on at night in case more of the tooth thieves returned, but this morning there was no trace of the man. We did not find him anywhere. Day 700, another MIA. This time we found some signs. A large claw mark next to his rifle dropped at the foot of the bed frame near the nightlight. What is going on? 833. Something strange is going on in this room. I hear noises at night, always from beneath the slats. It's indescribable. Is this kitten of mine cursed? Day 1001. New arrival today. His name is Butcher. Complete asshole if I ever met one. His friend Reddy seems like a good fellow. He looks tired though. Perhaps he's been through the same thing I'm experiencing. Day 1002. Butcher is gone. The girl kitten snatched him up. She snuck into the room while Billy was outside. Glad to be rid of him, if I'm honest. He was an arrogant piece of plastic. The soldiers worried about him. Can't imagine why. And, like, this is where, like, Theodore pauses and, like, he's, like, carefully eyeing the colonel and thinking, thank God I've just got, like, glass eyes so, like, I don't have pupils. Finally, we have had success. The Ninjago managed to bring back one from the girls' room, alive. He has been pressed into service. We will see if he survives. Day 1360. First reports from our source in the girls' room are in. Butcher has sided with the enemy. Day 1400. It came again last night, slopping and slipping through the door beneath the mattress. Barely managed to fend it off. It slunk back into the darkness before I could finish it off. Day 1410. So tired. Feel I haven't slept in years. 1416. It came again. Took another 2 soldiers with it. Left their bloodied boots at the doorway. God help those poor souls. Day 1480. More came through the door last night. Horrible things they were. All flubber and flesh. Colonel took a wayward blow to the back. Poor fellow. Luckily, he can still use his crawl action, but he will never stand upright again. 1502. I'm tired of these fiends entering this room. How can I keep the boys safe? Day 1503. Sources report nothing from the other room. Why is this only happening here? Days 1529, 1530, days 1531 all say just attacked. Day 1600. Billy is sleeping over at Johnny's house tonight. I will be alone with him there. Will the door follow us? Does Johnny have a door under his bed? I shudder to think. I need to rest. I'm so weary of the fighting. Day 1601. No rest for the wicked, it seems. Johnny had a door too, though with the help of Raphael, his protective turtle, we managed to fend it off. His monster was different though. Less slimy and covered in tentacles and more dog-like. No eyes, but mouths across its spine. 2622, it came again for him. I thought we were past all this. It had been a good spell of rest. Perhaps we got complacent. As always, the nightlight was our first sign of its arrival. I'm so tired of going on the defense. There must be a way to stop it at the source. 2641, we're losing too many men. It grows larger each time it attacks, somehow showing up larger and more ferocious. Day 2666, still no door in the girl's bedroom. All is safe, it seems. Her birthday approaches. That means fresh faces. Days 2700. The raids on the girls' room keep failing. Butcher has made himself a bit of an army, it seems, under control of Reddy. They've taken over stewardship of the alley and the shelves. It's as if he has It's as if he is some kingpin of sorts. Prick. 2702. The Ninjago continue to press into the girls' room. Only a handful of new recruits. Not enough. 2705. I have found my solution, the answer to all our problems, the means to end the suffering. The girl is key to it all. Her toys are the way forward for us. She must disappear. And like Teddy is seriously eyeing the Colonel.
Yeah, so that's the end of the notebook, and
There is
you.
4 more.
Oh, there's more. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
2713. Her birthday approaches within the week. I must move fast. Day 2715. It is not safe at night. We tried to find the door, but it was lurking in the shadows. Lost more soldiers than can count. Daytime is the only safe way to find it. They must sleep then. The door is there, and the tunnel beyond. Today we dig. 2716. Found the hard way to use caution in the tunnels. Diggers patrol the labyrinth, biting, gnawing, shrieking. When will this nightmare end? 2717. The tunnel is complete. The girl's wall is breached. I will lure it out tonight.
Motherfucker.
Okay. And the notebook ends there. So from there, you spin around to face the Colonel, and you're ready to just like hurl questions at him.
Oh, I'm watching him, and like I'm just like trying to appraise his reaction to that as well.
Okay, so as you look at him, you see his face is just sort of like slack and somewhat agape. It's like, and then you see blood start pouring out of his mouth, and then he lifts up, slack, like this.
Someone killed the Colonel!
He's a bloody
And
puppet.
through his chest, this massive spearhead explodes and showers you in his blood and viscera. He screams in agony somehow, and you now see behind him something is holding this spear and lifting him off the ground. His bright yellow eyes flash in the dark, and you see the jagged and merciless features of an Ninjago warrior glaring down at you. It tosses the Colonel aside. He slops on the floor, and this Ninjago grabs you by the helm and is starting to drag you along to the front of the drawer.
I ping cure wounds.
Pardon?
I ping cure wounds.
Yep. You toss the med kit at the Colonel, I'm guessing.
Like if he's dragging me past, then I'll touch him. I'm pretty sure a Ninjago can't pull me, but I'm gonna like cure wounds, lay on hands the Colonel.
Yep, he is completely dead. Like there is no saving him. The light has gone out of his eyes. He is just gone. This Ninjago character just continues dragging you, and then just in one fell swoop, just one arm just flings you over the lip of the drawer and sends you just crashing down onto the yeah, you land with a heavy thud on the carpet below, and you are nose to nose with the dismembered head of one of the strongmen that vaulted you into the drawer previously. You look around now and you find another of other bodies scattered around across the floor. The captain that you met last episode in the hallway, he is laying broken in two on the floor. A just horrid, ghastly look on his face as he lays dead.
Yeah, good.
There's a tank that is now upturned on its turret, and its tracks are broken off. there are several Ninjago warriors standing amongst the wreckage, proudly brandishing their assorted weapons above their head. Just you look up now to the desktop where you saw the Ninjago leader before, only now he's no longer locked up in the paddle pops. He's free. He's standing there triumphant with his master blade held above his head. And you see several other Ninjago warriors pushing the dead bodies of the guards that were standing beside him off the desk as they tumble and clatter onto the ground. This Ninjago master scans over the destruction before him, and despite the distance between you two, you swear you see a smile creep across his blank face. Cutscene back to the Cecilia's room.
Before we cut, I have one thing.
Sure.
I look at the Ninjago and I'm like, I like your boots. That's it.
Okay. He gains 1 health point in confidence.
A health point. Jeez.
Yes. So we cut back to Cecilia's room now, and obviously Chip has been relaying this information to you in the bar there.
And me yelling about the Colonel.
Yeah.
Sounds like everything's going all right over there. Haven't heard the code word yet. All right, I think we should go look for Ken.
Shit, but that all sounds pretty fucked up about Bugsy. Chip. That Butch.
Yes.
Bitch.
Oh, I love
I'm a
paperwork.
potato!
I have lots of input this session.
What did old Hamburglar mean by you knowing how to get into Billy's room?
Oh, that was about my secret entrance.
Which
Trying to fucking tell me you've got a secret entrance into Billy's room.
Yes. Well, I used to. It's not a secret anymore. Now that I've told you.
Jesus Christ.
So now I guess it's just an entrance.
How about you show us where this entrance is?
Why?
Weren't you listening to what you just fucking said? Oh, but
Not really.
why am I surrounded by idiots?
Now, I take offense to that. I'm not an idiot.
Oh, well, I didn't say you were. That's why I asked you.
I'm the only other one here.
Are you calling me an idiot?
Yes, I am.
How dare you?
Don't make me hide your legs again.
You always go to that. What a dick.
'Cause it works.
I'm going to unspool your tapes one day. Come on, then. And he gets up and and he leads you across the carpet, across to the other side of the hallway.
Yep.
And
I give while we're heading over, I give Butcher a hand to suit up, glue the shoulder pads on him, and get those gloves on him.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. He's now 13 AC.
And 19 strength. Ready to rock and roll. But Teddy did not say the magic password yet. So I don't think we should go anywhere. I think we should stay here, protect Cecilia's room, and find Ken. He's up to something. We know it.
Again with this Ken shit. I seriously don't think he has anything to do with what's going on.
Since when did you
He's
grow?
just a sleaze bag.
Since when did you grow a conscience, Chip?
Since I forgot to pay my internet bill.
Fair call. Fair call. Well, could you please ask Theodore if he said boots or boobs?
I don't think he said either.
Oh, definitely. Well, you said boots. I mean, it would be weird if he said to the Ninjago fella, I like your boobs.
I think I'm in a great deal of trouble.
I don't think
it's
Teddy's in
real.
trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's in trouble.
For once, I am going to agree with the potato.
You Irish and
Thank you.
potatoes.
What's an Irish?
I don't know.
Okay, so he leads you towards Billy's room door, but then takes a sharp left. And next to the door, about 2 feet along the wall, is a small metal grate. And he points at the grate and he says, "Here you go. Here's the entrance."
Is it big enough for me to get in?
Yes.
Sweet. Can we? I'll sort of. We'll just check the hallway first, obviously. Nothing.
No.
All right. Have a peer through the grate.
You see a long corridor made of aluminium.
Pull out my flashlight.
Yep.
Have a look.
The flashlight reflects off the aluminium surfaces of the corridor and just continues on.
What's going on? What do you hear now, Chip?
So as we are back in Billy's room, Teddy, you have been brought before the master of the Ninjago up on top of the desk. The yellow-eyed warrior pushes you on the shoulder and forces you to bend the knee in front of the Lego chieftain.
How the hell is he reaching my shoulder?
For the sake of the story,
He's a ninja.
I humour them.
yeah, he's a ninja. But you stand before this this orange-clad master warrior who sort of glares down at you with this stoic, unmoving, angular face. "I take it you do not approve of my methods, young Earthday."
You're going to kill my cub to protect your cub.
Incredible.
"You must sacrifice one to save all."
That's not saving all, because you killed one. This is not saving
Oh.
all. You killed them. They're dead. Look at them all. That's not one. That's like, and I start counting. It's like 1, 4,
They were final
3,
warriors.
Q, 8, P. I didn't go to
Stop that.
school.
Stop that. Look at me. Look at me. They were
and I
final,
crouched down. I'm looking.
they
Come
were
on, eye
final
level.
warriors. It is true. But they no longer served any purpose in our fight.
But they were
They
fighting.
would not
defeat.
have gone wrong with our new tactic. When Bugsy left for the girls' room, I was given orders to secure the room from the soldiers' honorable intentions.
One sec here, buddy. And I unzip my back and I'm like, look, this is what happened to Bugsy. We found him under the bed like this. Your colonel found him like this.
Exactly.
You
When
have
Bugsy
killed.
failed, I am talking. And he bashes you across the arm.
Bat. Don't you behave
No.
like that, mate. You sit down and you be polite. Look, and I pull out the gummy worm. Whoever holds the gummy worm gets to talk, okay? Your turn
He
first.
snatches the gummy worm off you, and he's holding it. He's like, "Fucking ridiculous!"
By the way, if
That's
Chip
gonna earn
is
a
starting to
swear.
relay this, I go in.
Okay, the grate is actually screwed against the wall.
Ah, son of a bitch. I just look at it in frustration.
Right. I'll take care of this for me Hulk hands. Oh, try and bitch off.
So give me a strength, no, athletics check.
Okie dokie.
I'd like to help you, but I don't have fingers.
Oh, yeah,
boy.
you pull on this thing, you pull on this thing, you pull on this thing, and one of the corners lifts up. Just
I feel fucking great. It's about
okay,
time.
cut back to the room. He's holding the gummy worm. It's fucking ridiculous. When the Bugsy failed to return
another one
from
to
the
the swear
girl's
jar.
room, and foul play must have occurred. You, and he points his master blade at you. You could not have done it. You are far too gentle.
Yes.
But Butcher is a man
Uh-oh.
with the means and the mean spirit to carry out such a foul act of treachery.
Incredible.
He must be brought before me to pay for Bugsy.
I quietly hold out for the gummy worm.
You hear that?
He
You
hands
hear
it to
that,
you.
right? He's talking about me.
I know,
Frankly,
right?
I think Butcher is too stupid to come out with a plan like that. Like he's been nice to me, but Butcher seems to just go from now to the next step. Like when he beat up Ken.
I'm gonna
There was
I don't know who Ken is.
to be honest, he wasn't a nice guy, but Butcher kind of just went A7. You know, he went straight from one to the other. And he decided that Ken was the problem, so he beat him up. He doesn't think.
I am losing interest.
Look, what I'm saying is that Butcher doesn't have the brains to plan out how to kill a giant bunny that's a whole lot bigger than him.
You don't know him like we do.
I know he's big and dumb, but it sounds like Bugsy was big and smart.
He was. No doubt you have read his journal. With Cecilia in the underbed and an army of conscripts from her shelves, we could finally finish the monsters off in their dark necropolis.
You know,
And we can save the... Oh shit, the dog's in the house.
is that what was chewing on the desk?
Of course it was.
Yeah, I thought so. It couldn't have been a cat. But you could have just asked us for help. All the
It
toys
is-
have to pretend they're cubs, so how about we all just go and kill the monster? That means way more toys to fight.
I didn't agree to that.
We all want to kill the big thing because it threatens our cubs. So if we all beat the big thing, then all the cubs are safe, right? So, like, there's a win-win for everyone.
I am not concerned with other cubs. I am concerned with my child.
But by helping everyone's cub, your cub's safe too. Because I think all the monsters come from the same place. So if we all go fight the monsters, we get rid of all the monsters. Billy's safe, Cecilia's safe. We all get to relax at night. And I don't get yelled at for falling asleep again.
You fell asleep at your post?
They didn't tell me what my job was. They just told me that I was supposed to look after her and nothing bad happened and nobody told me
You
anything.
have no discipline.
She
Oh
Take him
no!
away. Take him out of my sight.
She hugged me.
The
Puts his
the
gummy bear back.
yellow-eyed Ninjago sort of picks you up by the shoulder there and just starts marching you down off the desk there. As you're doing that, you see a number of the army men just sort of like rushing under the bed.
He thinks he's picked me up, but I'm just kind of walking awkwardly, balancing my weight on my own legs and letting him pretend.
You can get
So
the
he's
bigger
carrying you down
Ninjago
there.
ones.
You see all the army men. You see like a couple of files of army men just in under the bed. After a while, they come back out. And salutes and stuff like that. And then you over here as you're being sort of marched towards the front door there of Billy's room. You hear like a couple of the soldiers talking to each other, and you see the young trooper that you saw earlier, who was sort of stumbling over his own feet and stuff like that as you entered the room. And you hear the guys in the ranks talking about blowing up the door or blowing up the tunnel at Billy's End. And the young recruit, he looks and shrugs at you. He's like, "I'm sorry, I was just following orders." His sergeant quickly smacks him across the back of the head, and he snaps back into line and trains his rifle back down under the dark of the underbed.
I nod at him sadly and kind of look at all the corpses being moved, and then I kind of look at the Ninjago who thinks that he's helping me, and I go, "How does their mom and dad not hear all of this and see? How do they not know that Bugsy seems to have chewed a hole through the wall? Do they just not clean these rooms?"
He doesn't respond. He's stoic. He's just pushes you towards the door. The door opens up, and you now find yourself standing in the door frame there. You feel his grip sort of tighten on you, and sort of you feel his sharp little fingers just sort of almost start digging in to your fur, and and he leans in over your shoulder then, and he's like, "Call to butcher now."
Oh, okay, so you weren't letting me go. Yeah, that makes sense. Butcher! They want to talk to you!
This will be halfway in the vent. Uh-oh.
How far across are we?
Clank, clank, clank,
Yeah,
clank.
you're about 50 meters away to the left, or their right.
Do you want me to, we could go to Cecilia's room and see where he is. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to sit here and, Butcher doesn't really listen.
He kicks the back of your leg, and it sort of drops you down to your knee, and he's like, "Call to
Ow!
him again. Do
Jeez,
it."
you don't have to be rude, mate. You're going to go to a timeout chair. Butcher! The mean ninja wants to talk to you.
He sort of gives you a little shake, and he's like, "The Rego Master. Say the Rego Master.
The Rego Master?
No, the Rego Master.
The guy who does registration for cars?
No, listen. It is the Rego Master. Rego Master."
I say to Reddy, as we're sort of crawling through this vent or whatever, you see, I know exactly what he's saying, and I know what, but I just don't want to respond. It's too funny.
That's a fair call. I understand wholeheartedly.
Butcher!
You hear this Lego. You hear this Ninjago warrior. He just sort of pipes up now. He's fed up with trying to use Teddy, and he's just like, "Butcher! Butcher!
So this is what's going to happen.
The Rego Master kindly request your presence."
I'm going to go meet with him. But what you're going to do with Chip is you're gonna go find my brother. Look for Wout. He'll help.
Okay.
What's he look like?
He's very similar to me. A little bit thinner, a little bit shorter, with darker hair. But
And
he'll be in his wrestling get-up. You can't miss him. But it won't be that easy to find. Just do your best, and I'll go meet with the Rego Master.
This is me totally throwing a shaka.
I was just about to say, if Butcher wasn't coming, I'd tell him to like check the zip in my back to see if I had something to call, like a kazoo or something to call him, and then hope that he like touched Chip and Chip would just bite him. I told you he didn't like me. He doesn't like anyone. Pow.
No games, Butcher. I killed him. I killed him right now. Come out.
I start moving, but I want to not reveal the entrance.
I quietly think to myself about how the fact that I've still got my hammer.
Okay, so can you give me a stealth check, please, then, Butcher?
Mate, that is one of my absolute
It's okay.
strong points.
I'm going to be as obnoxious as possible the entire time.
I kick the door in.
Kick the grate. He spins around.
Yeah.
Like, "Ugh."
Okay, while he spins around, I whack him.
No, he's still got his hands on you at this stage.
Oh.
So from there, he's like, "Oh, no games now, ugly man. I killed him."
He is pretty ugly.
All right, Rego Master, just calm down.
I am not the
No,
Lego
mate.
master.
Oh, my hands are in the air, you know, my big Hulk fists and stuff, and I sort of move around him to the point where he's no longer looking at the entrance, so that the other guys can get slink out and past the
So
other way.
he's like human shielding.
There's no need to go crazy. I'm back, okay? All right, what do you want?
The Rego master wants
You
to
are the
see
Rego
you.
Master.
What?
What do you need? What do you want?
I just
Aren't you
just
the Rego
said-
Master?
stop interrupting. You're worse than the little one.
Do I have to get the gummy worm again?
Now for the goddamn gummy man. The Rego master
That's another for the swear jar.
wants to see you and punish you for Bugsy.
Well, we didn't do anything to Bugsy.
No more rice, Butcher. No more rice.
Hey,
I'm
what do you guys
not-
eat rice with? It's delicious.
No more ice. All right, no. All right, you let Teddy
Enough
go.
games, ugly man. Enough
Right.
games.
Enough
You're
because-
dishonorable lot.
And now I'm not dishonorable. Okay, I'm quite honorable. But you need to let my friend go, or bad things are going to happen, and the butcher's going to come alive.
You already arrive.
You don't understand.
Hey.
It gets worse.
Do you talk anymore?
Now, what are we here for? Who am I talking to?
For the last time, you are going with me to talk to the Rego Master.
So it's just you and me to go and talk to the Rego Master.
Rego Master.
That's what I said. Are you taking the piss, mate? Right, I've got one request.
Enough! And he tosses aside Teddy, and he just starts running towards you with his sword. And as he's just about to reach you, you hear, "What the hell, kids?" And the mum appears at the end of the hallway. I thought I told you not to leave your toys in the hallway. She bounds over and scoops up all the toys that are currently in the hallway there. She separates you both into your respective room groups and sort of tosses them inside each of the bedrooms there. And she's like, as she goes, walks further up towards like the second floor or bedroom or something like that. She's like, Billy, mate, you really need to pick up after yourself, kid. It looks like a damn revolution's going on in that room.
Oh, that was good.
Just a Tez. So we're in our own rooms now.
You're in your own rooms now.
Now, did Reddy and that get away?
They are still in the in the bloody air conditioning ducting.
Well, hopefully, if we were getting, I would have got Chip to, get his eyes out the vent so that when we saw Butch, kind of swing around and get Captain Ninjago to turn, that's when Chip and I would have bolted out to try and find a place to hide, to try and find Woad.
Oh, so you're in Billy's room?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
All right. There is a lot of movement going on in that room at this time. People are rushing around and trying to get back into original formations that they were left in, etc. Reorganize and stuff. All the dead toys are quickly swept into a big pile, and just sort of one of the remote control machines are just like almost like bulldozing them in underneath the bed there, just inside the shadow line.
Yep, and I'll try to make the most out of a bit of stealthy action, but at the same time, with Mum like prancing around when she eventually kicks off, like I won't even bother dropping. I'll just keep trying to run around and look for Woad or a wrestling something.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of making your way around the edges of the room, trying to stay out of sight from everything, and then you hear these footsteps coming into the room there, and Billy enters the room.
Billy!
Huh?
What a bastard.
So at this stage, you go prone, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, if he looks, I'm just like, hopefully there's a shadow nearby or something I can fall under.
Cool. So you go prone, and he's walking around the room. He's like, "What the hell happened to my room, Cecilia? God damn! I told you not to play in my room." And he picks you up because he sees you, and he picks up Chip.
Son of a bitch.
He's like, "Goddamn girls' toys!" And he not runs, but he's like stomps out of his room, goes to the doorway of your room, and he just hoofs you guys back into her room, slams the door. Goddamn girl!
I'll take his fucking eyes.
And he walks back into his room and slams the door shut. Look at this bloody mess! What has she done? And from there, you all sort of group back together. Cecilia eventually comes into the room. You guys obviously go prone again. Time passes. She plays with you guys for a little bit. You sit down, you have little tea parties, etc. Butcher, you're sitting on your plastic chair as always. Just sort of like, I fucking hate tea. I fucking hate tea. And just like taking the gulps of it and shit.
Coughing that imaginary tea.
Yeah.
Being water.
And eventually,
all sorts of torture going on.
Night falls again. The room is dark. The nightlight is there, it's softly illuminating, and a little amber glow. Teddy, you are back under the covers with Cecilia. Reddy and Butcher. What are you guys doing during the night?
I'll go find Theodore.
Yep.
I will go look for Ken.
Okay. So you're patrolling for Ken, and you are climbing up onto the bed there, and you find Teddy at his post next to Cecilia, who is sleeping soundly.
Theodore,
Yes.
are you okay?
They're very rude over there, sir.
Don't need to call me sir. But they
But
are a very, very rude sort.
he kind of, like, Teddy kind of fiddles around and he's like, I got this!
Ooh.
And hands you the notebook.
I grab it between two paws.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't believe the trouble I had to go through to read it. How Bugsy could write? Like, and have you ever tried, and he kind of like, yeah,
Yeah, it does.
slide the page over.
Doesn't work very well. Good job, Theodore. Good job.
But they
Okay.
killed the
You've now
colonel.
got access to that.
And they broke the tanks. And they were really, really cool. And there was a nice soldier, and they kept smacking him over the head. And the wrestling luchador guys with these amazing mustaches, they killed them too. And I tried to heal the colonel, and it didn't work. And turns out Bugsy is well, he's a bum, sir.
Duly noted. He is a bum. But again, don't call me sir.
It seems like he was trying to dig a tunnel to our room. He was trying to take, and like he kind of like flicks through the last pages again. It's like he was trying to get their monster to come here, and is maybe that's why his ear was under our bed. Has the monster ever come here before?
Not that I've ever seen.
I can I like compare the dates? Like, if today it would be insert date here.
The date that he went to lure the creature to Cecilia's room marries up with the first time that a monster came out and attacked you guys.
Oh, so only recently.
Yeah.
And that would be why Bugsy's ear was under our bed.
What a piece of garbage.
Wasn't he supposed to protect?
Sounds like he went a bit. He got the bedroom madness.
Can if we're in the Ursa Day,
Yes.
can we, and like he again rifles through, can we talk to these Silverlaglaglus?
I don't know. That would mean having to talk to the three bears.
But this sounds pretty big.
It
Like-
does.
Like if we're bad, then what happens to the kids?
I don't think you have to worry about being bad, Theodore.
But how many other kids has this happened to? How many others have been murdered by their siblings' toys? It's like,
I put a paw down on Teddy. I don't think that's worth worrying about. We have one focus at the moment, and that's to keep Cecilia safe.
I think telling them would really help.
Oh, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And
Maybe
we
they
will.
won't be so mad at us if we tell them something
Oh,
like
look,
this.
I've been here a long time. They're always mad.
Were you like one of one of the non-cubs' toys once?
I've been here for a very, very long time.
So, like, a grand human.
Not that old.
Sorry.
It's
Kinda
okay.
hard to tell because you don't go grey.
My fur is definitely not what it once was, and both my eyes used to glitter, sparkle, shine. Now only one does, but that's okay.
You can buff it if you want.
No, they tried that. It made it worse.
Oh. Your
So as you
wounds?
guys,
I just asked that, but like hesitantly. I can put a band-aid on it.
as you guys are having this conversation up on the bed, Butcher, you are walking your way around the perimeter of the room. You've gone over to Barbie's dream house. There's still no sign of Ken anywhere there, and you are making your way back around the room, skirting the bed at this time.
Oh, hang on! I just thought of something. Give me 2
Okay.
seconds. Because it's night time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Dang, my binoculars won't work then. That's all good. See ya.
With the
yep,
whole cans out.
I'm mad at mate. Stack. It's like Cyberpunk, mate. Don't
Oh
look
yeah,
great.
no, I mean like because to hold on to him, you got to flex a bit more. So you just like flex in the gun show as you're binoculating around.
Always flexing.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. Suddenly, out from underneath the bed, just dark creature just launches out at you and just swings at you with this clawed hand. You dodge quickly out of the way as the claws just sort of scrape down onto the carpet there and just dig in.
Yeah.